Welcome back to Dakota High School. Start of the fourth quarter. Cougars get the ball. They've got a 4-point lead right now, 44-40, as Toko looks to drive once again. Bounce pass.
That was not a very good pass. That was one of the first times today I've seen him throw a bad pass low. Wasn't really able for Rollins to handle it. That's not how you want to start the fourth quarter.
Nice idea. I think the spacing was a little bad on that one.
Exactly right.
But like you said, not the way you wanted to start the fourth quarter, as Chippewa Valley starting to chip away at this one. Nice dish down low by Woods, as that's Whaley unable to get it to go. Gets his own rebound, but he'll be fouled on his way back up.
Whaley's has had a little bit of a rough game. He's playing hard. He's in the right spots. He just hasn't been able to connect on any of the layups. Let's see if he can redeem himself here, make a couple free throws.
He'll have his first opportunity to get points on the board for himself and the Big Reds here.
He's an athletic kid. He's showing some size. He's getting some rebounds, just hasn't been able to put the ball in the basket. There you go. Nice shot.
First one good for Whalen. Check that, Whaley. 3-point ball game. Whaley's been doing a nice job on the move, slashing to the hoop. He just hasn't been able to connect on those buckets.
Yeah.
Second one goes in and out, but
that's a rebound you can't let them grab. You can't let them grab there. You got the size down low. You've got the position, and a 5'9" or 10 guard ends up getting the rebound.
As Toko's going to tip that one out of bounds, the ball's going to get back to the Big Reds, as that's number 3, LJ Hassel, checking in for the Big Reds, as Xavier Glenn's going to take a seat.
You should see Dakota in this quarter try to slow things down, try to play a half-court set. Chippewa Valley's going to want to speed things up. It'll be exciting to watch.
Woods, exciting player, kick-out dish.
It was a great pass.
It's a good win. No good for 3, as Toko's going to run the court with the floater off the back of the glass, but a little too strong.
Floater's coming back these days, Mac. Kids are seeing the floater, Steph Curry. They're taking a lot of those shots. What a great shot there.
As you see Woods drop another 3-ball, that's 27 points for Woods, as he's going to give the salute to the crowd.
I don't know
as he ties this game up with 7 minutes to go in the ball game.
I don't know what the school record is for Chippewa Valley, but if he gets up around 35, 40 points, that might be close to a school record. He's got a long way to go. A lot of time left to improve on that, I'll tell you what.
Ball in Toko's hands. A nice defense by Woods, taking that ball away, as Chippewa Valley's going to
got to get a timeout. Dakota's got to get a timeout here.
As Goodwin on the receiving end of that outlet pass, and he's going to cash in for 2, and Chippewa Valley has their first lead of the ball game in a very, very, very long time.
Surprised Coach Toko hasn't taken a timeout here, but we'll see what they get. They've got to get a good shot.
6.5 minutes to go here in the game.
Shut me up.
Freshman Joshua Hines answers with the 3-ball of his own. Chippewa Valley's going to try and respond quickly, but that fast break.
It's getting a little bit out of control now, Mac.
A little sloppy there.
That's not how Dakota wants the game to go. You make a big 3-point shot and then you don't get back. They're fortunate that they didn't give up that layup there, but they got to slow things down.
So Dakota is going to regain the lead off the freshman 3-ball. Joshua Hines gives the Cougars a 47-46 lead, as Delano Woods is going to carry this ball up court, crossing over Rollins. He's dangerous on the ground.
Dude, is he left-handed? Because if he's not left-handed, that was a fantastic shot.
He is left-handed.
He is, okay. That was a great.
He is a lefty.
That was a great shot there.
As Hassel's going to kick it back out to Rollins. Rollins is going to drive the baseline, take it up, draw the foul on Tommy Schuster, the junior. Schuster not too pleased with that call.
Rollins got to be a little bit more assertive. He had a real big first half, and he kind of faded a little bit in the third just because he hasn't been that assertive. Well, that was a big play for him. He's got to get to the hole.
Well, he's definitely got the height advantage if he's going to be checked by Schuster. Rollins from the line. First one is up and no good.
Free throw line's really hurting Dakota today.
It sure is. Keep your eye on that scenario, as it's a 1-point game. Chippewa Valley now with the ball. Nice take by Goodwin. Goodwin able to finish
off the high glass.
With the pretty high glass. Toko carries the ball up for the Cougars.
I almost did my Jor Blaha there on the off the high glass, man. I had to hold it back.
Cougars slowing the ball down here with 5.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Hill's got to get to the paint. Yeah, watch that off arm. You see that off arm, Matt? That could have been called. That's going to be a steal.
That's not a good pass. Oh. Wood stepping in front of that attempted pass to Hassel, as Chippewa Valley's really turning up the defense.
He got a timeout. Oh, they got it. He tried to get a timeout, but I think they got a. Yeah, he got the timeout. It looks like. Yeah, the other ref was going to call jump ball. You saw that, but the
Chip
other
Valley
one
was
stepped
hoping
in.
for the jump ball as Goodwin's not too happy with that one. Neither is Coach Voss.
I'll tell you this, and this is what's going on right now. Dakota's getting out of their game. They're getting out of their element, and they're allowing Chippewa to speed the game up. And with Chippewa speeding the game up, that plays to their advantage more than anything.
Not just that, but Chippewa Valley's getting that defense back that we were talking about at halftime, and they're starting to turn up the defense on the Cougars here in the fourth quarter, really creating spacing issues for the half-court set of Dakota.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. Their defense is speeding Dakota up, and Dakota's really not able to kind of slow it down. I definitely want to give Chippewa some credit on the defensive end.
Well, you had talked about the game plan for Chippewa Valley and what they were going to need to succeed here in the second half, and they are definitely getting the ball up and down the court in a hurry. Toko will inbound the ball for the Cougars. Rollins will take it behind half court. Again, just keep your eye on the spacing for the Cougars. They just don't look like they're getting settled into their half court sets. Rollins.
That was a good shot.
Jumper.
Didn't drop, but that was a good shot.
That one's in and out for Rollins. Couldn't get it to go. That outlet pass taken away by
Showtime.
Goodwin. As Goodwin's going to get it up ahead to Myron Harris. And Harris is going to give the Big Reds a 3-point lead with under 5 minutes to go. Harris now with 8 points. And this Chippewa Valley student section's on their feet.
They're on their feet, and they should be. They should be excited. The game's turned into what they want. They're running. They're making plays.
Rollins
That's a good
being
pass.
doubled. Kick
That's
out
a good
pass to the
pass.
freshman. The freshman from the corner. A little soft on that one. Nice rebound by Hassel. As Hassel's going to take that one up, but he'll be fouled by Whaley. Check that. Schuster's going to get the foul on that one. His third, team fourth.
It was a good rebound. You'd like to see him go up a little bit stronger with that, maybe try to get an and-one, but he's at the free throw line.
So
we'll
once again, we're going to see a Cougar at the free throw line, this time down by 3. Key free throws here for the Cougars.
Big shot by the young man. Big shot.
Hassel's able to drain that one. 2-point ball game now, as Hassel's going to get another shot from the free throw line.
All free throws very big right now. About 4 minutes to play in this game.
Second one's on its way, and that one's a little too strong off the heel.
They see they're not getting
Chippewa
back.
Valley comes up with the rebound, and Delano Woods with the pretty finish and the finger roll from the left side.
That can't happen off a missed free throw. You can't give up a fast break like that. That's really what's hurting Dakota. They're not getting back on defense.
They really aren't. Chippewa Valley's just able to push.
And this young man's firing. That's 3 threes, and he shot 3. He's made 2.
The freshman Joshua Hines doing what he.
Oh, what a block, man!
Nice
what a block!
That's Cortez Gordon. As Dakota's on its way.
The freshman coming
Hines
again. Mr. Spin
ball.
move. Oh, man!
And he's going to drop the bucket.
What a run.
Give the Cougars a 1-point lead here.
Chippewa.
The freshman taking over this big game. How about the freshman?
Big plays by him. 2 big shots. That's a crazy shot. I don't like it. I don't like that. Coach Voss is going to have to get a timeout here if Dakota gets a basket. Absolutely, no doubt about it.
You can see Coach Voss
He wanted to call one there.
The eyes on that one.
He wanted to call one there, and he was gonna. And he looked upset once that shot went
Quick shot by Harris, chucked that one up, and it was an ugly miss. Dakota now with the ball. Toko back out to the freshman off the wing. The freshman back to Toko.
That should have been a
with
charge.
The finger roll.
But he didn't get the call, but that should have been a charge.
Schuster tried to take the charge. As you see, Dakota's coach is telling their team to get back. They now have a 3-point lead.
What a barrage. They were just down 4 or 5, weren't they, Mac? It seems like.
Indeed they were, as Toko now has 12 points on the night. You've got 4 Dakota Cougars in double digits.
Toko with the rebound.
Tries to pop the 3-ball.
He's wide open on the freshman on the wing.
The freshman just inside the 3-pointer, and he was geared. He was spotted up for the 3-ball. He was just inside the line, but he needed to be behind the line.
It was like NBA Jam. He was heating up, and he had to take that shot, But I don't, in retrospect, I think he might have pulled that one out. But he was hot, so we'll give him the shot.
Let the freshman go as the
I'd have
Cougars
shot it.
hold a 3-point lead. We're now under 3 minutes to go here in this game. Goodwin carries the ball up for the Big Reds, hands it off to Harris. Harris down low to Schuster, and Schuster,
great finish.
Nice bounce pass to Woods, as Woods is going to able to finish that one. Woods now with 31 points on the game.
31 points. What a game, Matt, for our
game.
first broadcast here. What a game, right?
You're listening to the Macomb County Mac Preps Game of the Week. We're here inside Dakota High School for a crosstown rivalry between the Cougars and the Big Reds of Chip Valley, as Rollins
just off.
Just misses that one. And
They got to get back on defense,
Mac.
They're not getting back.
2-on-1, and that's going to be a foul. Goodwin's going to draw the foul. I would have liked to see Harris take that one to the rack and finish it. He dropped it back off to Goodwin, and Goodwin ended up having another player catching up to him.
He kind of passed up on an easier layup.
I would have liked to see Myron Harris be a little bit more aggressive and take that ball up to the hoop on the fast break.
Yep.
So
but they got to the free throw line, but yeah, you're right. I mean, the guy passed up an easier layup to give that one, but we'll see how the foul shots go.
First one's on point for Goodwin, as we're going to see Sturkai check back into the game, as Cortez Gordon's going to check out.
It's 32 points for Goodwin. 32 points.
So just over 2 minutes to go in this ball game. Goodwin, second one goes. That's now 7 points for Goodwin.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong number there.
Toko. Dribble drive,
there you
kicks
go.
it out
Be
to
patient.
the freshman.
Move the ball around. Wow,
There's
wide
the
open.
freshman wants it into the corner. The freshman looking for the three ball. A little soft on that one. And Schuster's going to kick that pass up ahead. Knocked out of bounds by Hassel.
It's good defense there. They got back. Were able to slow down on the fast break.
As Cortez Gordon's going to check back into the game for Sturkai. Minute 45 left to go in this ball game, and Chippewa Valley has a 1-point lead. As Coach Voss is going to take a timeout.
Coach Voss is probably going over with his team in the huddle. He's going to tell him he wants to get to the hoop. You want to try to get two here. What I try to do is put it in the hands of is it Hill, right? Number 5, Hill.
Delano Woods.
Delano Woods, I apologize. Get it in
31
Delano Woods'
points
hands.
for Woods on the night.
He's been fantastic all night. I'm going to have him penetrate, get to the hole, and if somebody's open, he can kick it out. If not, I mean, you just want him to have the ball here.
So Chippewa Valley slowly chipping away at that lead that Dakota's had. And like you said, going into that fourth quarter, they got it down within 4 points, exactly what they wanted to do. And now the Big Reds find themselves up 1 point with a minute 45 to go here in this ball game.
And when you're down like 10 or more points at halftime, you always try to make a goal by the third quarter. You want to try to get the lead down about halfway.
Goodwin on the inbound for Chippewa Valley. That ball almost taken away from Toko.
Good block. Great block.
Goodwin aggressive to the hoop, but that one's going to be taken away by...
Slow it down a little bit.
By Cortez.
Sound like that.
In the air.
He turned it over now. Oh, wow.
And there is the turnover. As that's Harris.
Dakota wants to slow this ball down now. Chip wants to speed it up. That's got to be Chippewa Valley ball.
And indeed, they are going to give it to Chippewa Valley. Delano Woods getting locked in on defense now, not only settling for 31 points on offense before this game's even over, but checking Toko over on that far sideline.
He's quick, man. He's quick. It's tough to get by him.
Harris with the ball, hands it off to Goodwin. Goodwin.
Nice pass.
Delano Woods down low to Schuster. Tommy Schuster's going to drop his 6th point of the game.
Dakota's got to be okay. They don't need to shoot a 3 here. They got to get a basket.
That was a great offensive play there by Chippewa Valley. As we're going to get a foul on the floor.
It's a good take there. You know, you don't want it, like I said, settle for the 3. He had Toko open. Didn't see him, but he got to the foul line.
So Whaley's going to pick up his first foul of the night. 3rd team foul here. Under a minute to go. Dakota down by 3 points, and Rollins is at the line.
Big shot.
Rollins makes the first one count. But again, the Cougars find themselves down by 2 points, and we'll go right back to those free throw attempts there in the third quarter.
They missed about 5 or 6 in the third quarter. Could be a different ball game. But.
Rollins now with 12. Second attempt from the free throw line. It's up, and it is good.
2 big free throws for that young man.
We've got a 1-point ball game as Dakota's going to take a timeout here with 56 seconds to go, trailing by 1.
Now this is where strategy in high school becomes a little bit different. Without a shot clock, there's a lot of ways that they can play this. I mean, Dakota or Chippewa can come out. They could go 4 full corners. They could play stall ball, force Dakota to foul. What's our fouls looking like, Mac? Are they in the bonus? Yeah, it looks like
Both teams are in the
bonus
currently.
So Coach Voss could elect to play it one of two ways. You know, he could try to stall a game, or he could come out and try to get another bucket. We'll see what they decide to do after the timeout.
Well, Chippewa Valley's been making a night out of running up and down this court, but I do expect them to slow things down here a little bit now with just under a minute to go here in the ball game. They're up by 1, and they will have the ball from the inbounds.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll see what Coach Voss draws up for the Big Reds offense.
Here's what I mean, you're not to the point yet where you're going to pass up on a shot. If you got an open layup, you got to take it, go up a possession, go up 3 points. But you want to be selective. You don't want to be throwing up 3-pointers with 33 seconds.
Are we going to see some full court pressure from the Cougars here off the inbound?
You know what? I think Dakota's going to play it where they're going to wait and see what Chippewa does. If Chippewa comes out in 4 corners, it looks like they're going to stall. Dakota's going to have to foul. If I'm Dakota's coach, I'm going to say you play regular man or whatever they play zone right now, and see how Chippewa elects to play it.
Well, it does look like Dakota's going to apply that pressure.
Okay, Dakota's going to press them. Chippewa Valley is a team I don't know if I want to press those guards that much. They're very quick, but we'll see how it works out.
Better be careful because there goes...
The guy scored in his own basket. Chippewa Valley's just scored on his own basket.
Unbelievable.
Chippewa Valley's number 13 just put the basket in on his own team. I've never seen that before. I have not seen that before in my entire life.
That's unbelievable. They're going to get an and 1 call by Delano Woods. So what a crazy turn of events here with under a minute to go in the 4th quarter.
Mac, did you see what just happened?
Chippewa Valley was inbounding the ball up 1. A tipped ball by Whaley, scored on his own basket, giving Dakota the lead. But Delano once again able to sprint down the court, drop the basket, and get the and 1. This kid's unbelievable. 33 points on the night. Up by 1 now, looking to give the Big Reds a 2-point.
You got to feel bad for Whaley because that's something I haven't seen in a long time. I mean, I'm not want to laugh at the young man, but did you see they were breaking the press? They threw him the ball, and he legitimately scored on his own team.
It's nice to see that Whaley can smile about it as his teammates give him a little business. Coach Voss even gave him a little smile there as a rare miss by
That cannot happen. You cannot give a rebound like that.
By Myron Harris. Harris with the rebound and the putback, giving the Big Reds a 3-point lead. 30 seconds to go here in the ball game. That'll be 10 points for Harris on the night.
That was a clean block.
That looked clean. As Joel Knighton showing emotion after that one. A nice dribble drive by Rollins, taking it up strong. It did look like Harris was able to get a hand on that ball clean, but foul was called.
Goes to the line.
As Rollins will head to the line.
So here's what they got to do. He's got to make 1 or 2 of these free throws, and you got to press again. And if you don't get a steal on the inbounds, you got to foul. You got to put him in the line, extend the game.
So that'll make it a 2-point game. So Rollins good on the first try.
So I'd expect if this free throw goes in, Dakota gets into a press. You look to get a steal off the inbounds, and you look to get a steal for about 2 seconds. If you can't get that, you got to foul and put Chippewa to the line.
Sturkai checking back into the game for the Cougars. It's Gordon taking a seat. Second attempt from the free throw line from Rollins. As he sinks that one, makes it a 1-point game.
Got to get in your press now. Now trap.
Now with 25
you got to trap.
seconds
Oh,
left
see,
here
there goes to get a steal. And Dakota gets the steal. The ball goes out of bounds. Dakota basketball. Wow, what a crazy finish.
So Chippewa Valley here with under a minute to go.
Scored on their own basket.
Getting the ball inbounds underneath their own basket. And that's going to give Dakota the ball with 22.2 seconds left to go in this ball game, down 1. So definitely 2 key turn of events trying to inbound that ball. And Coach Voss probably can't be happy about that one. He might have smiled at the first one with Whaley, but he can't be happy with that one.
That's one of the crazier things I've seen in a while. But you know what? Here's the deal. You're still up 1 point, right? So you've thrown the ball in. You've had a crazy thing happen, something that's not normal. You were able to overcome that adversity, come back down and get an and 1, go up top. Now you pass the ball on and given another turnover, but you're still up 1 point, right? So Dakota's got to get the ball, and I expect the ball to go to either Toko or, most likely they're going to try to get the ball to Rollins for the last shot, but don't sleep on Toko looking for an open shot in the corner if he's got one.
As we're getting a nice look of the Dakota Cougars talking about their offensive strategy. They're going to inbound the ball here from the corner with 22.2 seconds to go. Down 1. So we'll see what they have drawn up.
Trains of thought. Some coaches might want to take the last shot here and not give Chippewa another opportunity. I think that you got to try to score as quick as you can. and that way you can foul. But we'll see how they handle it.
Hassel's going to inbound the ball for the Cougars, gets it into Sturkey.
It's an open shot there for Hill. He's going to the hole.
Rollins take it to the hole.
Oh, he gets his own rebound. You got it box out.
Gets his own rebound as there's a struggle for the ball.
That's going to be a foul. They call it a jump ball.
As they're going to call that one a jump ball.
Chippewa Valley ball.
That one's going to go back to
now
Chippewa.
Now listen, Chippewa's got to figure out how to get this ball in bounds. They're still only up 1. There's 12 seconds to go.
What did you think of that shot by Rollins? The dribble drive to the left side, right-handed shot. Just didn't look like he got to the spot of the floor that he wanted to get to on that drive.
Yeah, it was a little forced. I mean, he's their best player, our best scorer, I'd say, I mean, you can't be too mad. He's taken that shot about 5 or 6 times this half. I'd have liked to see him get to the hole because he could draw a foul. But, you can't hate on that shot too bad. It just didn't drop.
Your thoughts on the decision to go ahead and let that shot go so early in that time sequence, 22.2 seconds to go. There's now 12.6 seconds to go in the ball game, and Chippewa Valley's now going to have the ball.
Yeah, I mean, that's like I said, there's 2 trains of thought. My strategy is you take a shot when as soon as you can, because if you miss it, you can always extend the game. Again, depending on how you feel your team can play defense. If I'm a great offensive team, I might want to shoot the last shot and try to win the game. If I'm not, then it's really two trains of thought.
Now getting a look at the Big Reds team as Coach Voss talks about how he wants to handle these last 12.6 seconds. You've got to expect a quick foul from the Cougars on this inbound.
Yeah, I mean, you got to try to get the ball to Woods. I mean, hopefully he's not throwing it in. I wouldn't think so. The guy throwing it in is going to be Schuster, right?
Well, the pressure from Dakota has been effective on this side of the floor, inbounding the ball for the Big Reds, so we'll see what they have in store here.
You got to try to get the ball to Woods or Goodwin. I mean, that's your go-to right there. Get it to him right now. There you go.
Schuster gets the ball, inbounds to Woods.
Oh, no. Okay, they got a foul.
As Hassel's going to come over and foul Woods with 10.5 seconds to go, sending Woods to the free throw line. That young man now with 33 points on the night.
He's been absolutely fantastic. You can't say anything bad about him. Not only from the offensive end is he doing it, but he's doing it defensively as well. So, let's see what he does here at the foul line. But if the game's any indication, I'm sure he's got some ice water in his veins.
That's Hassel's 3rd foul on the night, as Woods is going to have an opportunity to make this a 3-point game with 10 seconds to go. Here comes the first one.
Oh, he missed it. And they got a board. They got to get a timeout. They got any timeouts?
Big rebound by Gordon.
They got to go.
Rollins with the ball.
Oh, wow. He's going to fetch jump ball. They're going to get the ball back with 1.9 seconds, though.
As Rollins was looking like he was going to go take the shot,
but ran
himself into a bad spot of the court.
Mac, Dakota's got no timeout.
And the double team.
No timeouts. 1.9. Here it comes. This is it. Now, you got a side inbounds play that's your go-to play. You got to run it.
So the freshman Joshua Hines is going to inbound this one.
1.9 seconds, guys. Dakota down 1 point here.
Keep your eyes on Rollins in the top of the key.
If you've got anything that can get Mosher or Toko the ball, that's what I think is going to be open, because I think they're going to be on Hill. They're going to be double teaming him. If Toko can slip out, he can get himself an open shot, and we've seen he's capable of knocking it down.
Well, the freshman's going to inbound that ball, but the way the freshman was stroking the ball in the 3rd quarter, I would have looked for him as well.
Yeah, you didn't get a timeout to set anything up. That's what was bad about not having one,
1.9 seconds
shoot that
to
ball.
go. Cortez lets it go.
He breaks it! Oh, my Lord!
Chucks it up from deep behind the 3-point line.
Rush in the court, Mac. What a finish.
Takes it off the glass as the Cougars are going to take this one home. 64-62. Cortez Gordon got the inbounds pass.
He didn't want to shoot it.
Didn't know what to do.
He didn't want to shoot it, man.
Realized no time on the clock. Chucked it up in the air from the wing. He was a good 2 feet behind the line. Goes off the glass as Dakota knocks off Chippewa Valley. Chippewa Valley just absolutely stunned.
They're shocked.
And the Big Reds suffer their first loss of the season. Dakota now moves to 2-0 in the MAC Red. The student section storming the court on that one. What a finish.
That was one of the best finishes of a high school basketball game I've ever seen.
The last minute of this ball game was just absolutely unbelievable as the court starts to clear.
The Dakota kid, he did not know. He wasn't ready to shoot that ball. He noticed at the last
That
second he
play
had to
wasn't
hug it up.
supposed to go to him
that
at
was not
all.
supposed to go down like that. But you know what? Sometimes that's how those things happen, and you really feel bad for Chippewa. You feel bad for the kids down the stretch because they made a couple mistakes. But I mean Hill, Woods. What a game! What a game by him. 33 points. But I don't know, Mac. That was just a crazy finish, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Once again, Cortez Gordon banking the 3-ball with no time on the clock to give the Cougars a 64-62 win over Chippewa Valley as these two teams go through the handshake. And what an exciting game for Chippewa Valley. It's Delano Woods dropping 33 points. Myron Harris right behind him with 10. As you take a look at the statistics, Dakota with 4 players in double digits, led by the sophomore Ryan Rollins with 15 on the night.
And you got to feel for Whaley. I mean, you know he's going to feel bad about that because that's something that's just, I mean, it could have happened to anybody, but not the best time for it to happen. And you know what? It looked like his team was going to bail him out, and then unfortunately, Dakota comes up with the shot, and now it's a 2-point game, and I don't even know what to say. What a great game.
That
what a
was
fantastic
just
game.
Absolutely unbelievable, and we're so glad we were able to be a part of it here with the Macomb Preps Radio Network. As it's final here from Dakota High School, Dakota 64, Chippewa Valley 62 on the late game heroics by the senior Cortez Gordon. And he'll get a couple of high fives in school tomorrow, don't you think?
Yeah, it's just sad one of those teams had to lose the game, really. I mean, 2 hard-fought games, hard rivalry, but yeah, that kid's gonna remember that for the rest of his life, I guarantee you.
Very exciting game here as we wrap things up from Dakota High School. Once again, the final 64-62, Dakota coming up on top over the Chippewa Valley Big Reds as we wrap up our coverage here from Dakota High School. We thank everybody for tuning in, and once again, Happy New Year from the Mac Prep staff here as we launch our winter sports coverage. And if you ask me, there was no better way to kick off the winter sports coverage than this basketball game right here.
Absolutely fantastic finish. Great game.
So that's going to do it. Once again, I'm Jerry Mack alongside Kent Fiat, part of your Courtesy Driving School broadcast team. On behalf of the rest of the crew out here from Mac Preps, we say see you later from Dakota High School.
Have a good night.